I heard that the patch notes are a little juicy. So let's rip this shit, man. For all of you beta testers who've been chomping at the bit for a new patch to chew on, here it is. Today's beta patch brings a ton of fixes, balance changes, some UX additions, a big batch of multiplayer cards, and new art additions, including some animations for the latest boss, Aeon Glass. That actually makes me like him. We also got some big updates in the modding realm to call out. Modding updates. Thank you to our incredible community of modders and mod players for all the feedback since we released the Steam Workshop. Previously, when launching the game, with the mods enabled for the first time, it appears as though your progress was wiped. That is because modded saves are saved separately from your modded ones as a protective measure, and we defaulted to having the saves entirely from scratch. Now your unmodded saves are automatically copied over to the modded saves, and a pop-up appears to explain the new process to modded users. They are still saved separately, though, which means any progress you make while playing mods enabled will not reflect after switching to an unmodded and vice versa. Interesting. That's good, though, that it just, like, makes a copy of where you are whenever you first open your modded stuff. Okay! General, end-of-term orb passives now trigger before Doom. This means if a player would die to self-doom, i.e. from Neurosurge, and also has an orb with an end-of-turn passive that would kill the last remaining enemy, like a lightning orb, while at 3 HP, they will now win the combat instead of losing it after ending their turn. Cool. That makes sense. I like that. Enemies. Buffed the Torch Head Amalgam. Increased damage on Ascension 9. Weak tackle damage increased from 14 and 15 to 14 to 16. And then the tackle damage increased from 18-19 to 18 to 22. Is that literally the only enemy that got buffed? Changed Regeneration Potion. Its healing effect now triggers before Doom. Good. 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 Thank you. We're seeing a theme of the ways that people have died here. Nerfed Colossus. I've been saying they should. I've been saying that they needed to nerf Colossus. Absolutely good. Still might not be enough. Nerfed Crimson Mantle. Hey now. Okay, but it's the same upgraded? Okay. Buffed Howl from Beyond. There's no way. Wait, this card was broken before and you're buffing it? Wait a minute. Buffed Setup Strike. I still probably ain't taking it. But like, what the hell? Howl from Beyond getting buffed? Okay. Reworked Outbreak. Every 3 times you apply poison, deal 15 damage to all enemies. So whenever you apply poison, deal 3 to 4 damage to all enemies. Wait, that's just straight up ass. It's more consistent, though? Yeah, but it's just, like, so much less. 15 damage is the upgraded Outbreak. Yeah, it's 11 damage unupgraded, right? It's minus 1 entire card. Like, it's 4 cards in order to match how much damage you were dealing on 3 cards previously. I don't know. That just feels... If you're using single instances of poison, it's better in shorter fights. Yeah, but, like... It doesn't feel that worth it to take, is what I'm saying. Like... 15 damage to everybody if I'm just, like, wanting to only apply poison to, like, the guy in the back and I deal 15 damage to the 2 front enemies, that's, like, really fucking good. But, like, just, like, tickling the guys in the front, just... my initial reaction is I really don't like this. Buffed Anticipate. Okay. Buffed Flick Flack. Didn't Flick Flack get nerfed and now it's getting buffed again? Okay. Nerfed Tracking. Weak enemies take double damage from attacks to weak enemies take 50% more damage. Needed. Very needed. Very, 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 very needed. All right. Regent. Buffed Devastate. Okay. I think Devastate needed much of a buff, but that's cool. Buffed Divine Destiny. Stargrained increased from 6 to 7. Very needed. We talked about this a lot. This is the buffed version of their starting relic that didn't give you enough to play 7 stars. Like, if I'm taking something that's supposed to give me an incredible amount of stars right off the rip, I should be able to play every single card available for this character. Like, if you're trying to give me the gain a fuck ton of stars, I should then be able to use any star card one time. Like, I should be able to do everything if that's supposed to be my ancient relic. So, agreed. Nerfed guards. Minion sacrifice token block gained down 1 block. Yeah, that's fine. Buffed resonance. Star cost decreased from 3 to 2. That's the one that decreases the enemy's strength, right? I'm still it still feels like I'm never going to take it. Oh, no. It just feels like it's not as good in this game to, like, hurt an enemy's strength overall. Because it, like, doesn't stick to anybody. Like, it's hard to get strength loss to stick real hard to people in this game. Like, it's good in a certain number of fights, but doesn't feel like it's worth to have a lot of the time. But I'll fuck around with it. See if it's good. Buffed Haunt. HP loss. What? What? Reeve damage increased from 911 to 10. What? Buff Soulstorm. I agree that Soulstorm needed to be buffed, but okay. 4 to 6 might be too much. 4 to 6 might be fucking crazy. Holy shit. 4 to 6 might be insane. 4 to 5 I thought might have been too strong and was wondering if there was a different way that they could buff the card. But 4 to 6 is crazy. They should at least nerf the initial damage of it. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Nerfed Compact's fuel token no longer draws a card. Upgrade change from increasing card draw to granting 1 additional energy. Ooh. I mean, it's still going to be insane for getting rid of your statuses, so it's still going to do exactly what you want, I think. But it's definitely hurt. Buffed Momentum Strike. Okay. Changed Scrape. No longer discard cards whose energy costs are temporarily set to 0 by global temporary cards pounce. Oh. Oh. Cool. Yeah, that definitely feels correct. Yeah. Yeah, you can now synthesis scrape. I didn't even realize you couldn't do that. And, dude, we said this. We said this from the fucking get. We said this out the gate, man. We said this from the first fucking time. We said this from the first time. That Shatter was way too strong to not exhaust. Consequences. All right. I've heard that this patch is big for multiplayer, as you can see by all of this. Midnight. Rare attack. Cost 12. Deal 99 or 120 damage. Costs 1 less for each card exhausted this combat by anyone. That's sick. That's sick. I like that. Blaze, uncommon skill, costs 2. Give another player 5 to 7 strength. 2 cost, little bit feeky. We might have to talk about that 2 cost. Outrage, uncommon attack, cost 0. Deal 9 to 13 damage. Add a copy of this card to everyone's discard pile. Okay, I like that. Okay, I like that. It's perma strength? Oh, it is perma strength. Yeah, I like being annoying. I like this. I like this. Yeah, this is perma strength. Okay, maybe 2 costs is necessary. Buffed and slightly reworked tank. Take double damage from enemies. Allies take half damage from enemies. To take 50% additional damage from enemies. Allies take 50% less damage from enemies. Okay. Typing of the shit. New silent cards. Blade Symphony. Uncommon skill. Cost 1. Add 2 to 3 shivs to... I like this. I like this. I like this all player shit, man. Concoct. Uncommon skill. 0 cost. Another player's attacks applies 3 to 4 poison this turn. That's sick. Fade. I think this should be changed though. Not attacks. It should be damage. It should be like an envenom hit. I assume that that's maybe how it works, but that's how I want it to be. And I assume that maybe it does. It's just not worded like that. So we'll have to see. Fade. Uncommon skill. Costs 0. Retain. Another player gains 69 dex this turn. Changed flanking to a rare card. Yes, please. Added new regent cards. Plot. Uncommon skill. Cost 1. Next turn, all players draw 2 to 3 cards. Amazing. Constellation. Uncommon skill. Costs 0. Another player draws 1 card, gains E, and gains 9 to 12 block. 0 cost. Draw 1, gain 1, 9 to 12 block. It costs 2 stars. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, if it costs stars, that makes sense. Added new multiplayer for the Necrobinder. Underworld. Uncommon skill. Costs 2. Whenever another player deals attack damage this turn, apply that much doom and exhaust. Cool. Soulbound. Uncommon power. Costs 1. Innate. Choose an ally. Whenever you create a soul, add a soul to... Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's sick. Cacophony. Rare power. Costs 2. Every 33 cards drawn by all players deals 66 or 99 damage to a random enemy. I love that. Change the Legion of Bone to no longer exhaust. Please and thank you. All right, new defect cards. Hibernate. Uncommon skill. Costs 2. Channel 2 to 3 frost orbs. This turn, your frost grants all allies block. 1 for all. Rare power. Costs 1. Everybody's 0 energy attacks deal 3 to 4 additional damage. I love that. Imitation. Imitation learning. Rare. Skill. Costs 1. Choose another player. The next 2 to 3 times that they play a power, you gain a you play a copy of it. That is sick. That is cool. Changed ignition cost from rarity to uncommon. From rare to uncommon. Okay, makes sense. Added new multiplayer colorless card. Chad, this is us. This is us right here. They added this for us. They know how much we love balls. The Ball. Uncommon attack, cost 1. Deal 10 damage. Increase this card's damage by 15 to 25 this combat and give it to a random... That's so sick. Dude, they peaked. Dude, they peaked. Dude, they peaked. They actually peaked with this. Nerfed enemy block scaling in 2 multiplayer. 2-player multiplayer. Okay. Nerfed Beacon of Hope card. Costs from 1 to 2. Makes sense. That's sick. Add a randomized button to the custom run. That's because of us as well for the tournament type shit. The run timer is now paused while in the pause menu. Love that. Added a selection reticle for potion holders. Okay. This was us as well. This was us as fucking well, baby. This was us as well. Don't say that my F2s don't add anything. Anything else that I need to look at? No. Unsettling Lamp Relic no longer gets used up if the... That's sick! Wait, I thought that this was fine if it did like that.
Wimpy Statue Relic no longer decreases your normal potion odd when it guarantees getting potion rewards to prevent you from never rolling potion again
If it gets removed mid-run. Wait, I didn't know it could do that. I didn't know that that would happen. So you, like, essentially would go into, like, negative potion odds. Third bullet under enemies tab has crazy ramifications. If an attack enchanted with replay kills the last enemy on its first replay, the subsequent plays are now skipped. This fixes an issue where if a card with replay is enchanted with corrupted, the player would lose extra HP even after the first play killed the enemy. Huh. No more 1,000 replay site. Aww, poor baby. This patch is S tier. This is a good patch, man. They fucking cooked so goddamn hard.
He's an arsonist on a noble quest to escape the wrath of the IRS. He's got conflicting positions in the endless fight for queer folks and